Hi and welcome. So this is a live recording of the process of how I did installed the Magiclantern on the Canon eos-m. So if you are buying a Canon eos-m and you want to use it with the Magiclantern, this is the proper way how you should install the Cropmood build. So I had already installed Magiclantern on my ancient camera. So this camera has already like 1 year, more than 1 year of usage. And now, as you saw it, I bought a second one to be sure, because this one, I got the feeling that the buttons starting not to work, all of them. So it's starting to be a little bit, old and overused, because this one, I'm using it on a daily basis. So I have my old SD card. This SD card is the one that has a writing and reading speed up to 200 megabytes per second from SanDisk Extreme Pro. I will put in the description box below the link toward this card also. But as you already know, I have changed this card and I have upgraded with the one that has an speed and writing and reading speed up to 300 megabytes per second. That allows me to record at the highest resolution at 5.2K and 14 bits raw in body. So today I will install here live the Cropmood on this one, and I will show you how do we do it on the Canon eos-m. So I didn't check out this camera, I just opened it to see if it's working. It's a brand new one, I just bought it. So let's just start the configuration. So the first thing that I would do is let me just open the camera and go here. So as I'm opening the camera, the first thing that is appearing to me, it's this one. So I have to set up the camera. So I see that, I don't know, that Paris is good, right? Okay, Paris. Paris is okay. How do I move it? Okay. The date, can I cannot change the date. Okay, I'm saying okay. Here now now I can change it. So the date is, it's up or down. 24. Okay, next. This is, I believe, the month, right? So we are in May. And then today that I'm recording this one, 15 May, right? And the hour that I'm recording right now is 40. So it's 2:46 p.m. So okay, and it will be much easier, like 46. Okay, 47 p.m. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. So now it says that I don't have a card, but that's not a problem. So now I will turn to in photo mode. So now I'm in photo mode. It says that I don't have a card. That's not a problem for now, because what I want to see is menu, and I want to see the FireWire. So which version is the software working? So you see the firmware, I am at 1.0.6. So this is not good. Normally, the FireWire should be at, let me just check on my latest one. Let's go back here and just show you what the FireWire says here. And here you can see it, right? You can clearly see it, that it's a 2 point, right? 2.0.2 version. So I have to upgrade the FireWire 2.0.2 version. And the best way, now, I really recommend this person on YouTube. Let me just go directly here. So this YouTuber, Sergio Russo, is a professional person, guy who is having fun with the Canon eos-m and the Magiclantern. But it's really clear, very clear, his explanation about how to install, for example, the Cropmood and many other interesting things that we can learn from him. So if you are not subscribed to him, I highly recommend to subscribe to his channel and follow him, because everything related to the Canon eos-m is just extraordinary and helpful information. Indeed, his way of speaking, for example, about color grading and everything, it's a really professional level. So you will have the best information out of him. So let's just listen what he says. This is important.
There are several videos about how to set the crop mode, mine included, but it's hard to find video that explain how to configure the native Canon menu before to install crop mode. I use my Canon eos-m mainly as a cinema camera. I don't take picture with it. So taking in account that, this is how I set the Canon menu. First of all, be sure to switch your camera to photo mode. Turn on the camera. Then click the menu button and select the penultimate option. Make sure you have the 2.0.2 firmware.
So this is what I was telling you. You see, I checked mine, and mine is to the menu. So mine is at 1.6. So I have to bring it to 2.2. And now I think he will explain it to us how can we arrive there.
If not, you can download the Windows version from the Magiclantern website.
Okay, so you see here is telling us how to get the Canon firmware. So in order to do that, in the description box below, as he's a very cool guy, he just put it here. So I will go on the website and send. Okay, I don't need this one. And here I have 2.2. So where is the 2.2? 2.2. And this is the one I need. Yes. So because I'm on the Mac, I will download this one. But now I have it. So let me just check out how I should continue.
Then, to set your Canon menu, switch your camera on video mode. Image quality to RAW.
Okay, so he's continuing. He doesn't say how to do it. So I will just put it directly, I think, on the, I will put it on the SD card, the updating firmware. And so what we have to do is, after we downloaded the firmware update, we will have a file. This is the file. So this one, I will transfer, let's rename this one, new eos-m. Okay. So this is my new eos-m. And here I have this file. So this file, normally, let me just take, I have something on it. So I will just format it. Let me just, or just delete everything what I have. So it's important not to have anything on the SD card. And let me just, and now I don't have anything on the SD card. I will transfer this file. So now I have the update, the FireWire toward 2.2 on my SD card. So now what I'm doing, I take out the SD card from my computer, right? And then what I will do, I will transfer this. So I will insert this card into the Canon eos-m. So let me just take out from here. Okay. So as I told you, you see, this is really a direct live updating of the camera. And this is the way you should do. So what I have done until now, and I will put in the description box below, of course, the link toward the channel of Sergio Russo. That's a really great guy. And, he's explaining to you how to do it, right? With the firmware. And after I went to the Canon site here, right? I just went because I have a Mac, I have a Windows also, but I choose the Mac, and I downloaded the file version 2.0.2. This version we need. So this version, after I download it, it opened up like this one, right? And after I could open the downloaded file, I needed only this one, this eos-m 1202 .fer, and this one I have transferred to my SD card. And now I have on the SD card, the SD card is, I don't have anything else, only that file. And now I will introduce the SD card into the Canon eos-m. I will start up. Where is it? Here. And normally I am here again. So now I go to the menu, and in the menu I am already at the firmware. And now I will go to the firmware. Actually, and now it asks me, well, this is in French, but it asks me if I want to, let me just change the language. It will be easier, right? Let's go and put English. Okay. So now we have the English. So I go back to the menu. So we are at the photo menu. So you have to be careful, because if you are here, let me just tell you, because it gives you some errors. So here you have options. You have photo mode, video mode, and the other one, I think some automatic mode. So I think it change. So that depends. If you can take photos and videos also. So for the firmware, you have to be in the photo mode, because only in the photo mode it will show up that part of the software which allows you to update the firmware, right? So let's go back. So again, firmware, I say yes. Yes is the keyword set. It's the button. So it's the button in the middle here. It is a keyword set and set. So I say yes, but it's set. So when you are on the firmware version, you say you push the keyword set, and now it asks you current firmware version is, update the firmware, and you go OK, and again set. And now here it says that firmware update program, update file cannot be found. Please check the memory card and reload the battery and try again. Okay. Let's see what is happening, because normally I have put it on. I don't understand why it's not updating. So, or maybe it does. Okay. So you see, things like this can happen, but let me just try it again. Okay, I'm still at the photo mode. Go to the menu. Where I say okay. And it's still saying that he cannot found the data. So what I will do, I will go to the menu. I will do something else. Maybe this is the problem. I'm kind of guessing that maybe I should have. So let me just do something. Go in the menu and can I want to go to the format card. Yeah, this is what I want to do. And let me just format it. So I did the formatted the card. And now I will upload again the firmware to the SD card. So let's go back here. Where? I think here. So I have the version 2.2 again. Let's go. Let me close this one here. Okay. And now, where is it? EOS digital. Okay. Let's put here the firmware and take out the card, right? And now I will again introduce it in the camera, start the camera. I am on the photo mode, go to the menu, go to firmware, go to update, set OK, and now it's updating. All right. So now the firmware is updating. And let me just show you what it says. I don't know if you can see it anyway, right? It's asking me which version. And of course, I have only one version there. So now the camera could read the SD card, and now he found the file that he needs to upgrade the firmware to 2.0.2 version. So I say set, right? Okay. And is asking me if I want from version 1 to go to version 2, right? And obviously I will say yes. I say okay, and then what is saying now? Updating. So now I have to be careful, and you have to be careful. So you have to be careful with the battery. I have a battery that has enough juice that it will not remain. It will not remain without power, because if remains without power, then I think the camera is done. So now I will just stay still, do not even move a lot, allowing the camera to update to that version that we need, right? I can see that it's a slow process, but we will wait because we really need that version, the new version, the 2.0.2. Don't see it moving, but hopefully it does. Oh, it does, but it's very slow. So it does move, but it's quite slow. You have to be patient. because this is really important. You know, once we will have the firmware at 2.0.2, then we can start the process of installing the Magiclantern. That will be fun because we will install together the Magiclantern live, right? And of course, it will be the Magiclantern with the Cropmood builds. And I think the Cropmood is the one from the first Cropmood of Bilal's Cropmood. Because I really like that one, I wouldn't change it for now. As you can see it, I mean, slowly and slowly, it does doing the firmware, but it takes a little bit of time. But we have to be patient. And we just have to take it slowly, one by one. So as you can see, it does take a little bit of time, this upgrading process. And this is why you really need a full charge battery inside of the Canon eos-m, because it does take time. Okay, almost ready. 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100 done. So the update is complete. And now the Canon eos-m has a it went to a 2.02 firmware. And we say okay, right? Beautiful. So now I will reopen it. And let's just verify. Menu. And yes. So now we have a firmware version of 2.0.2. So this is great. If you have done it the same way, then you are good. You are on the good road. So what we have to keep in mind. So if your Canon eos-m that you have bought, like I did, brand new, it had the first version, the 1.0.6 version. So before installing the Magiclantern, I had to update the software. And the software, the latest update that is available for this discontinued Canon camera is the 2.0.2. And the upgrade, you can do it, you saw it via the SD card. Now, what was interesting with the SD card? As you already know, this SD card, I have used it myself. I have used it with my other Canon eos-m, the old one. And I had some stuff on it. And you see, because of that, I don't know why, but this camera didn't recognize it, or it recognized that there was a card inside, but I couldn't read the file. So what I have done, I formatted inside in the camera. I showed you how I formatted the card, and after that I transferred from my computer the software updating file to the SD card, and then the SD card I inserted in the camera, and then the camera recognized the car and recognized the software, the fireware updating file, and then you saw the updating process was quite smooth. Attention, as I told you, with the battery, have a fully charged battery, because maybe it is using a lot of power and consuming a lot of energy. So if in that process, I believe, if you remain without juice, without power, your camera can be damaged. The software anyway. Okay, so this is done. Now I think we will go without. Let's go to our good YouTube friend, and now we will listen and continue the process of installing now the Magiclantern Cropmood. So after we have finished the upgrading to the 2.0.2 firmware version, now let's just follow the other settings that we have to make it in order to have a proper Magiclantern Cropmood installation on this Canon eos-m. So let's go back to our good friend Sergio Russo and listen what he is advising us.
Image quality to RAW.
So it says to go to the movie mode, right? And then to the movie mode, going to the menu, it says to go and put image quality into RAW. Now this is what we have done. And then, right,
In the next tab, set AF method to flex zone wide area.
flex zone wide area. So we go to the flex zone and it's good in white area, right? Let's go back.
If you use an electronic lens, set focus mode to manual and image stabilizer to on.
So for the kit lens, as it is an electronic lens, he says to go to the focus mode in manual mode, and then image stabilizer to be enabled or activated. So we are fine. We are good with it.
In the next tab, set ISO to 100.
And now he's saying that we should go to the ISO and here to put to 100. And as you can see, for me, strangely, it just doesn't working. You see, I cannot change the auto mode. And this can also happen to you. And this is where I'm coming with a plus, as Sergio also is saying. For this can happen because let's go back to the menu info here. And here you see, so I double pushed the info button that we have, and then you go here, you will arrive here and you see this bracket this one with the camera. If you push set, then here the movie you can choose between manual or this is the auto. So you have to change this one. So it's strange that Sergio Russo it doesn't tells us. Maybe for him it doesn't happen, but many times the movie can be set here in auto, and if you are not changing it into the manual, it will not work. So let me just go back again. So as now he's saying to change, I can change it because, as I told you, I went to the info, and in the info here I changed it to manual, because if it was movie auto exposure, then if we go back here, I mean, we just cannot change it, you see? But if I'm going back to the info menu, you have to tap 2 times. Then here you have to change it in manual. And now, because I changed it in manual, when we go back to the menu, now we can change the ISO, but obviously, and this is the rule, has to be 100. At 100, it gives the best image results, the Canon EOS-M. So now we did this. Let's see what we have to do. Other settings.
You'll be able to change it later through the Cropmood options. In this tab, I leave the picture style to neutral 7.
And he says that white balance, picture style, neutral 7. I mean, neutral is neutral or 7 is 7, but he said neutral 7. So for me, picture style, I mean, you can leave it as you wish, but he says it goes to the neutral. For me, neutral is not neutral, but it's not the same. So let's say for him is neutral 7, but you see, if I'm going here for my picture style, it's not the neutral, it's not 7. But yeah. Let's see if it remains neutral. So I think that's the most important thing, right?
Next, movie rec size 1920 by 1080, 24 FPS.
So we just verify if this is okay, 20. So he said 24 APS.
Here
Right?
you can set your input audio volume.
Yeah, but that you can change it afterwards. So that level can be changed. That's not a problem.
Wind feeder off.
So this one, okay. We'll put it like this, sound recording. We say, oh, well, we can go automatic, but this is only, how should I put it politely? So this you can, for the voice, you can do it as you wish. I don't think that's really a problem. And I mean, you can and the wind. You do it, so disable it's good. Right? Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Movie servo AF off. I'm used
Movie servo disable. Okay. So one more time. Disable and the other one also. It puts off. Right. Okay.
I'm used to skip these next 3 tabs. And here you can make some changes depending on your preferences. Power saving, LCD brightness, time zone, date and time, language, and video system.
Okay, so he's saying what we can still, do here, but I will do, because I have the firewire on it, so I will format again the card, because I don't want to have anything on it. So here, yes, you can change the systems. You can put whatever you wish, so that's, and other custom features, but that's just not important anymore.
Depending on where you live. I'm in Mexico, so I use NTSC.
Okay.
In this tab, I leave the settings as you see them. Next, under custom functions, these are my settings. You can see them highlighted in cyan.
Okay, but that you can customize it as you wish, so that's not a problem. He's showing his custom-made functions.
To enable under point 7, release shutter without lens.
Okay, so what is important, what he says, that, okay, that's good. Custom functions. Right. We say release shutter with no lens. Enable. Right. Okay. So let's go back to him. Okay. So
Most of the time, interruption during record SanDisk Stream Pro cards work fine, but I can only suggest SanDisk to have problems. Format your SD card. Use.
So he's speaking about formatting your SD card. I have already formatted, as you could have seen, with the Canon eos-m. So I prefer formatting the card in Canon eos-m directly, but eventually we can do it again. So I will just take it out from the camera, the SD card. Let's just do that. So up. Let me just take out the SD card from the camera, just putting inside into my computer like this, and let's just go. I have this one, and let's just open it up. And go to the SD card, right? In fact, I will do it otherwise. So as I am with the Macintosh, right? I have here the options, disk utility, and here I can go to the EOS digital, right? And then I can pure and simple just, I can, but let's see what kind of settings he is using, right? So let's see what kind of settings he is using, right? So his settings, let's see what kind of settings do he uses, right? Use exFAT format, right?
exFAT format.
So this is important if you are on Macintosh, or no, if you are on a Mac. So if you are on a Mac, you will use the exFAT. So let me just do the same thing. So exFAT, and then just go ahead and do it. And it's finished. So now my disk is clean and proper. So let's go back. Watch him.
Below in the description, I put the link where you can download the latest Cropmood build.
Okay, so he's using, and I'm using also the Bila Cropmood. So we go to his description, and here is the Cropmood. We go download, and we choose the camera that we have. So we have the Canon Cropmood August. Which one he's using it? Let's go back a little bit to watch his video. So
Download the one related to your camera. In my case, the Canon eos-m.
Canon eos-m, right? So we go on the side and we have August Canon eos-m. So we go download. And it should work normally. Taking a little bit time maybe. Okay, finished. So here it is. And now we have here the Magiclantern Cropmood. So what we have to do is transfer this one. After I have opened, unzipped, I just take this one, right? And I will put, let me just open up a new one, and the new one with the eos-m, the proper one. So you see, I'm doing the transfer. So from this unzipped, I will take and I will transfer it to the SD card. And the transfer is done. Let's just check how he did it.
Open the folder you downloaded and drag the content into your SD card.
Okay.
Insert the card into your camera.
So we will do the same thing. Let's just, let me just take out the card from my computer. And then insert it into the camera, right? And what's next?
Switch to photo mode and turn on the camera.
Okay, so switching to the photo mode, I already told you, so you can switch to the photo mode and turn on the camera. Okay.
Click the menu button and go to the penultimate tab. Click on Firmware and then on Camera. Click OK and update the firmware.
So let's just do the same thing for us, right? So I have on the photo mode, and he said, go to the firmware. I will tap set, and I will go to the camera. And current version is update firmware, and we say OK. And now it says updating. Please wait. Magiclantern install. So now please restart your camera. So you see, it will say the same thing here.
Wait until you'll be asked to restart the camera.
Right, switching on.
Turn on the camera and you'll be ready to enjoy Magiclantern Cropmood.
Let's just do the test. So now we have installed the Cropmood, and there's still some things that we have to do in order to have a really clean, proper, good working Cropmood. So let's just watch our old good friend Sergio Russo, what he's telling us. So
Get to the point. After installing the Cropmood build, once the camera is turned on, enter the menu by holding down the bin button. And the first thing you have to do is go to the Models tab.
okay, so we start the camera, we go into the one here, the module start, right? And then we are following his advice, what he's saying.
Here you can load the basic models that are the Cropmood,
Cropmood. Okay, so let's go already. Go to the Cropmood. Right. Then
MLV Lite for activate the raw video,
MLV Lite, right? So we go to the MLV Lite. Raw video. Okay.
MLV Play to review your footage, and MLV Sound to
MLV Play, MLV Sound. Okay. So we go. MLV Play. MLV Sound. And
activate the sound model. Finally, SD overlocking to improve the performance and writing speed of the camera.
And you can see here is telling about the SD card overclocking, right?
After that, turn off and start again the camera.
So after this, I will do the same thing, right? I will close down the camera and we'll restart it. Now, let's see.
The models we select are now active.
So let's see the model that I have selected. Are they active or not? Yes, they are. Okay.
Then move to the back tab and select SD overlock and choose the 240 MHz option.
So now it says to go to SD overclock. And use the 240 megahertz. Okay.
Turn off and start again the camera.
So we turn off. And we start again the camera, right? Okay. Now we go.
J'ai juré de protéger cette île au péril de ma vie. Les Mongols nous ont volé nos foyers.
So
Then move to the Movie tab and select Crop Mode.
now we go to the movie tab. So back to the menu and we go to the movie up here and we select crop mode. And then we start to have the different settings.
Choose any of the crop mode and click on the menu button to activate it. Now select raw video and click on the play button. Set kill
So we activate the crop mode, whichever we want, right? This one, for example, okay. And he says crop mode and rough video on, right? And then what he says, other things.
Global Draw to on for better performance.
Kill global draw. So it says to go then. Kill global. It says on, right?
It means that you will be able to see the information of your setting in the screen before you start recording, but not during the shooting. Then go to Advanced and set Small Arcs to More. This helps with avoiding overhead and corrupted frames.
Small hacks. Okay, so this is interesting. So then he says to go to the advanced, and then he says go small hacks, not on, but go to more. Okay, that's interesting.
Finally, in the Sound tab, you'll be able to select your audio quality. If you have an external audio recorder, you can lower the quality in order to have some improvement in performance. But for the tests I did, apart from the high frame rate test, I used the audio at highest quality, because many people like me don't have an external audio recorder. So let's get into the crop mode options. We have 1x3, which is for the high resolution anamorphic modes.
Okay, so now he's getting into the crop modes, talking about high resolution ones like this one. But I think about this one, I will do a different video, because this is basically just the installation. So then here we have the crop mode, then we can change. So here, if I'm changing, you see the aspect ratio to 39, we go to the 5.2K and the 14 bits. And with this one, it's absolutely important to go this small hacks. It was more, so that's good. But here, what we can do even more is, okay, let me just go up. Yeah, this is important. So the raw video, I will adjust with what is the preset. And then here up by setting, I will go to the highest resolution, right? And now I will really have the crop mode with the really high resolution. This is it. I mean, this is really the installation. This is really the installation of the crop mode, and this is it. This is how I done it like certain time ago. I did the same thing. I followed the advice of Sergio Russo, and the installation, as you could see even today, it went smoothly, so without any problems. And I really advise you to check out his videos, because gives really important and good information about how to record, what kind of preset to use, and even color grading in DaVinci Resolve. So this is what I use, this is what is working for me. And so now I have on 2 cameras installed the crop mode the way I like. So this is cool. I will start to test out, but this is the brand new Canon eos-m camera, and this is the used one. I used it for 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and it's kind of cool. I mean, it is a good camera, but I mean, I dropped it a few times, and this button is starting not to function correctly. And it's good to know that now I have a second one, a brand new one, and I have already, so I have installed with you live the Magiclantern with the crop mode. So now every time when I'm just starting up, like, let's just do a test. All right. Now I can bump down the ISO. Take down the ISO like this. Okay. Even now, I can take it even further. Let's go to the 100, right? And at 100, it's just great. Then you can customize as you wish. For example, here, I mean, you have the zebras, spot meter. I can eliminate the spot meter. And now you can see I could already record this one. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice, it's working. I'm happy about it. So I hope this was helpful. I mean, if you are doing it this way, then you will have a proper Magiclantern install on the Canon EOS-M, and you will be able to shoot on the high resolution. Of course, with the high resolution, as I already told in other videos, you have to have a high-speed SD card. What I recommend, the SanDisk Extreme Pro with up to 300 megabytes per second writing and reading speed. I will put in the description box below the SD card that I'm using, and with that SD card, I didn't have any problems in recording with a high resolution. So thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel in order to be notified every time when I'm uploading new material and I'm sharing my experience with the Canon EOS-M. Thank you. Bye.